What do you think? You first.
This trip is fantastic. And I just spoke to my students here. Believe me, they are all so pleased. They're also happy about their experience. And I just tell them, I'm going to break missionary on their forehead.
How about you?
Oh, I had a great time. I really enjoyed helping everyone. I would like to come back and do more of a clinic and see patients and, vaccines.
When you're a nurse, when you have your license.
I can do it whenever.
You can do it, come back?
I get my license.
Okay, so then next year.
In a couple months. There you go.
Okay. Tell me.
We're coming back.
That's it?
That's it.
How about last night? Tell me about last night.
Scary. Our bus ride? We survived it. Hey, I love our driver.
I do.
Our driver was the best. I love him.
Okay. How about you?
I had a great time and I was very appreciative of everything that we have done since we have been here, and it was an eye-opener. But I had a great time.
Tell me how eye-opening how.
It made me appreciate things back at home and the healthcare that we have at home, and it really opened my eyes of the things that we have at home that we're able to get, the advantages that we have, and then when you
take it for granted.
that we're taking for granted here.
Okay. My lady, tell me.
We're truly blessed to have the opportunity to be here and for God to reveal to us some things that we definitely took for granted for in the States, and that we were made for a purpose to survive.
Your prayer last night made us get to here.
God is good.
Why did you? Now, I'm looking at you.
You wouldn't think
I never thought you would be having that kind of prayer in you.
I was raised in a Christian household. You can never judge a book by
I
its
know,
cover.
but that's the reason why I'm confessing.
Right. You can never judge a book by its cover. It's in me. I may not show it or reveal it all the time, but it's in me.
Okay.
The Bible says you train up a child in the way he should go, and when he grows old, he will not part from it. There will never be a departure from me and my Christ, my Savior.
The foundation.
Yeah, the foundation was laid stable. It was just up to me to.
How does that foundation sustain you in Haiti in the past 4 days?
I had to have faith. I had to have faith before I got on that plane to know that God was going to protect me when I got here. And I was saying on the ride to the airport that the same God that saved Daniel from the lion's den, the same God that saved Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, the same God that parted the seas so that the Israelites could get out, would protect me here. 10,000 could fall on my right and 1,000 on my left, but no harm should come near my dwelling. The same God that sent his son to the cross to die and raised him 3 days later would protect me while I was here. So it wasn't as if there was no fear, but there was more faith than fear.
I love that.
And getting here this whole thing has been a process of faith. So I truthfully, I am blessed. I am enamored in having the opportunity to be here. And just thankful,
When you go back, how do you think this trip is going to affect the way you see life and
things that I used to complain about before that are really unnecessary? Don't have that much existence. I value my family so much more. I value what I do have. Like, I value being able to go to the doctor's office and knowing that I'm going to get treatment regardless of whether I can pay for it or not. I value the fact that I can take my kids to the doctors and they're going to get treated and cared for, that there's going to be somebody there automatically that has the educational expertise, the clinical expertise, the support, and just the overall environment to provide, to take care of us.
Kenzie, haitianbusiness. What was your opinion about the trip?
It was very emotional for me. It hit me in ways that I didn't even think that it would. My parents are from Haiti, so the whole time I felt like I was living what they saw and what they lived. So I'm just so much, I love my parents even more. I didn't think I could love them as much more than I did, but I really do, because
give me one moment that you like, did my mom live this?
So my mom at night, I crawl in her bed sometimes and she sings these old Haitian songs. And so she was like, yeah, in Haiti we would sing this, and she would just these little songs, these chants. And so there was a guy playing a guitar and a little boy was singing what he was singing. I'm like, I pictured my mom and that little boy, like, that's probably what she was doing. That's where she was standing and she was reciting these songs, and that's where she learned it. So I just You know, it's amazing. It was
Wow.
very emotional for me.
You wanted to say something else, doctor?
Yes.
By the way, you the professor, you my Facebook fan who saw this on Facebook and said, listen, I have to get my student involved.
Absolutely.
Are you still happy with the outcomes?
I'm very happy with the outcomes. I just, especially when I see my students expressing themselves like that, I'm so proud of them, and I feel fulfilled, the fulfillment of what I've done. And when I saw you on Facebook and I saw your advertising for this medical trip, I say, wow, this is an opportunity. And I immediately, I think I was in clinical with them, and I announced it. And everybody was like, for it.
What is I know you saw the difference, but for someone watching this video, what is the difference you want to tell them you see between nursing practice in the US and nursing here?
Oh, there is a huge difference. A huge difference. Like,
The compassion. I think that there's a miscompassion. I don't know if you're trained at compassion, but a lot of the nurses did not have that compassion.
In Haiti or?
In Haiti.
Okay.
When we're back in the States, the nurses do everything for you. And all they want are the nurses' care. But when you're here, it's like they're the sidelines and they're just there to do what the doctor says. And I think that we have a different education than the nurses have here.
Okay.
We learned that compassion from.
We were also taught that it's not only the patient, but it is the family.
Right.
So we are to be there for the family, not only the patient.
Okay.
yes,
Jesus
I
Christ.
made sure that I instilled with them the principle of patient-centered care, which involves the patient and the family. So it's not only the patient that's there, the family are also suffering. When they have a family member in there, they do suffer too. They have problems too. Their life is altered as a result.
Wow.
So I always letting them know that holistic nursing is what I want from them, and I insisted on it.
Now, doctor, last question I want to ask. I know I keep asking you questions. What are we now that know the way nursing should be going to do for Haiti? She asked me that question, by the way.
Yes.
What are you going to do?
I answer your vision.
I know, yeah.
What I would like to do is come here not only for a clinical experience, but to do some workshops
Okay.
with already nurses here.
Okay.
We can, when we come for our clinical rotation here, we could get some nurses, invite them to do workshops.
I'll
about
give you that.
patient-centered care,
What
about
regret to demand is
holistic
that?
nursing and such.
Okay.
That's what I'd like to do.
Okay. Good. Yay!